Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at ridiculous reasons why couples divorced. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I had two couples come to me. They had been friends for almost 15 years. Husband A decided he liked wife B more than wife A. Wife A decided she likes husband B more than husband A. The reverse was also true, and husband B preferred wife A. Wife B preferred husband A. Whoa! What's going on? The couples had near identical assets in terms of value. They came to me all together, and I drafted two sets of paperwork. Two default judgment hearings were set on the same day. The judge signed all the papers the same day. A week after that, they all went to a JP and remarried. The husbands swapped houses, and they all went about their lives exactly as they had the week before, but each slightly happier. How does that work? Like, whoa, that just worked out, you know? I'm so confused. They all liked each other, but no one did anything. You know what I mean? Like, they kept it inside until, I guess, someone spilled the beans and they were like, I actually like wife A. And then wife B was like, oh, I actually like husband A. And then, you know, things started coming out, and then, wow, that's a happy ending. That's so crazy to think about, you know. Whoa, that's cool, because they were friends for 15 years, but they married the wrong person. I'm so mind blown by this, actually. Whoa, wow, oh my gosh, wow. He loved his pinball machine collection more than her. Also, it turns out some pinball machines can be worth a lot of money. Oh, I'm assuming they were probably arguing about it, you know. Do you love this or do you love me? I love the pinball machine. That's funny. Oh, I feel bad. Wife wanted to divorce husband because he kept taking the dogs for walks while she was at work. Making it unintentionally, said they'd rather cuddle the husband instead of her after a long day. Wow, that's crazy. She divorced him because of this. I would be happy, but like, I'll be kind of sad too because my dog is not affectionate with me anymore. I feel like if I were married and this happened to me, I could kind of relate, but like, I wouldn't go into a marriage divorcing someone because of this. You know what I mean? Because I feel like for me, I would only marry the person if I feel like I could take all this. You know, like, I wouldn't marry someone if I knew I couldn't take that my dog will like him better than me, kind of thing. You know, like, I would take that all into consideration before marrying someone. I'm just saying, I don't know if that made sense. But like, yeah. Basically, a couple got married but never lived together. Shortly after marriage, the husband dropped off the face of the earth and the wife had no way of contacting him. So he ghosted her. She didn't know any of his family, and apparently the place he told her he worked at never heard of him. He disconnected his cell phone, and she even hired a private detective to try and locate him with no success. Finally, she tried to file for divorce for obvious reasons, but for service to be considered valid, the defendant has to be physically handed service papers. Since she couldn't find out where he is, she couldn't even get divorced from him. She had to sue in court just to get permission from a judge to allow service through Facebook because that was literally the only means she had of contacting her husband. How do you ghost your wife? You know, like, huh? He got married but then he ghosted her? How does that work? Like, obviously ghosting is more like on a date or something, you know? Like, I've heard of couples ghosting each other, but never someone married ghosting each other. That's so odd. What happened? I'm so curious. I just want to know why he ghosted her. One client filed for divorce because he owed his bookie $70,000. He didn't want to leave his wife, but he figured he would get half the house in the divorce, which was worth $700,000, and pay his debts. He had already blew through their life savings gambling. He was the worst guy. Wow, that is the worst guy ever. I really hope that was half the money together. Like, since half is $700,000, the house must have been 1.4 million. if she paid all of that, right, and he got half of that, that is just sad. But if it was half and half, then that's cool, you know, take your half back and leave her because she deserves someone better. I heard of a woman that had her marriage annulled because the groom insisted to bring his mother on their honeymoon. Then on the honeymoon, the bride discovered the reason he wanted to bring his mother was to breastfeed him. Yes, the groom, a grown man, was still breastfeeding. That's nasty. How could she not have known, right? Maybe he just hid it. He must have been going to his mother like quite a few times to get that milk. I don't want to think about it. This makes me cringe. My boss just got divorced. His wife was telling people one of her reasons was the amount of toilet paper he used. She was a super coupon clipper thrifty lady and would listen when he went to the bathroom to see if he was using too much toilet paper. Listen? How do you listen? So maybe she heard the rolling, right? What the heck is this? 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 squares. That sounds stressful to live with, honestly. I just want to use how much toilet paper I want to use, okay? My neighbor filed for divorce because he smacked his lips when he ate and slurped his coffee and soup. She thought if she didn't, she would end up in jail for battery. Whoa, oh no. She really had no solution to that. Like, they should have just ate separately or like, I don't know. I don't mind this because I'm not that sensitive to people doing it because I feel like I sometimes do it myself. So, I don't know. And my family does this too. I feel like I grew up with smacking my lips while eating. But like, I did hear that it is manners to shut your mouth when you eat. So I do that outside. But when I'm alone, I smack my lips. So I feel like it could have been fixed if he just shut his mouth while eating. You know, if he took into consideration that his wife didn't like it, he could have done that. Had a soldier that fell madly in love. They decided to get married so she could come back with him in the States once his tour was done. She was working on American dishes and was making spaghetti. He comes home from work one day and she's making it. She puts the meat in, puts the canned sauce in, and then pulls an unlabeled bag out of the freezer and adds it to the sauce. At this point in the session, she's hysterically crying. She's trying to explain she didn't know any better. Through the hysteria, he informs me her mother and grandmother told her if she wanted to keep her man, she needed to put her menstrual blood in his food. It was so hard to keep my composure. I was trying hard to not gag. They both described they were madly in love, but he couldn't let it go. They ended up getting a divorce. Having done this for 14 years, I have found it 100% accurate that truth is stranger than fiction. Why did her mum and grandmother tell her that? I wonder how much blood he has eaten from her, you know. That's nasty. Yo, that's... oh. That, there must have been like a smell, surely, you know. Ugh. I had a client file for divorce because every morning his wife would ask him how he takes his coffee for 7 years. 7 years? Maybe she thought one day he would switch up his coffee. That's so funny. But why? Why did he get mad? You know, his wife is making it for him. It's not like she's not making it. He must have been like, every single day I tell you the same one. You never listen to me. How dare you not listen to me? I mean, surely he must have told her that he wants the same coffee every day. But I feel like that's just so polite of her, you know, asking how he takes his coffee. Because some days, maybe you want to change it up. I feel bad for the wife. She made coffee for him every day for 7 years. How dare he? He was still living with his mum. Oh. I know some married couples who still live with their parents. I feel like it's not bad if your family is really nice, you know, but it's only bad if your in-laws are like bossy and mean and stuff. That's when you can't take it. Because I would be glad to live with my significant other's parents if they cooked for me, they were nice, you know what I mean? But like if they were bossy and like they just made me feel like I was living in horror, then that's bad. My dad split my mum because she takes too long to tell a story. he was actually having an affair, and that came out shortly after. But this was one of the main reasons he gave when they did a counseling session together. That's the reason to cover up his cheating? Really? Yeah, I just want to divorce her because she takes too long to tell a story. Like, I fall asleep. Client that filed for divorce with his wife because she kept eating his food. Oh, wow. Oh no. The client was divorcing his wife because he was having an affair with his wife's mother. Wow, he was the one divorcing her. She wasn't the one dumping him. Oh, that makes me pissed. The guy is cheating on you, but then he has the audacity to dump you. How dare you? Like, you know, he should have told her, and then he should have let her dump him. Not that it makes any difference. You know, it's the pride, okay? It's the pride. Wife wanted to divorce her husband on the wedding day because he fought with her father over the bill. Oh. What? Like, he wanted to pay, but then the father wanted to pay, but then he wanted to pay, and she divorced him over that? But that's good manners though. Paying for your elderly, that's good manners, ain't it? Another was a woman who divorced her husband of a week because she's been in love with someone else for several months and found out the other guy loved her too. They're married and have a kid together now. So she was cheating before, but then she still got married to her husband because she wasn't sure if the guy liked her or not. But then she found out he liked her, and then she's like, oh my gosh, no, I need to get a divorce. What's going on? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.